Welcome to Ping 24 Updates, where you get the most important news and stories from around the world every day. Subscribe my channel and click the bell icon to stay informed. August 24th, 2025. A date that will be remembered as a turning point in the region's history. The West Philippine Sea is tense, its waters churning with uncertainty and the ever-present shadow of conflict. The world's eyes are fixed on this stretch of ocean, where the stakes have never been higher. Cutting through the waves, a determined Philippine convoy, flanked by a vigilant Coast Guard cutter, makes its way toward the BRP Sierra Madre, the country's outpost at Ayungin Shoal. Every sailor aboard knows the gravity of this mission. Chinese maritime militia vessels move to form a blockade, their presence a clear challenge. But this time the Philippines is not backing down. This time the nation is prepared, both in resolve and in capability. Overhead, the thunder of FA-50PH jets echoes across the sea, a powerful show of force and a warning that the skies too are being watched and defended. On the water, a new missile-capable frigate stands guard, its advanced systems ready to respond at a moment's notice. The Philippine Navy is no longer just a symbolic presence, it is a credible force. This is a new era. The Philippines is drawing a firm line to defend its territory, its people, and its future. The flag flies high, a symbol of unity and determination. Years of strategic re-evaluation and investment have transformed the nation's military. New equipment, modern tactics, and a renewed sense of purpose now define the armed forces. The threat is no longer internal, it's the looming presence of a superpower neighbor at sea. The South China Sea has become the front line of a new kind of struggle, one for sovereignty and survival. The armed forces are pivoting from jungle warfare to maritime defense, training for standoffs, patrols, and the complex realities of modern naval conflict. The goal is clear: credible deterrence, so that any act of aggression comes at a steep price. The Philippines knows it cannot match China ship for ship, but it can make every move costly, every advance contested. The strategy is not about overwhelming force, but about resilience, readiness, and resolve. Modernization is visible everywhere. New warships at the docks, fighter jets on the runways, and coastal defense systems being deployed along vulnerable shores. The nation is investing in its own security like never before. The narrative has shifted. National security now means defending maritime borders, protecting the resources and livelihoods that depend on these waters, and asserting the country's rightful place in the region. Record funds are being channeled into defense, a recognition that prosperity and peace depend on security. The government is making it clear, the nation's future is worth every peso. The Philippines is sending a message, not just to its neighbors, but to the world. It will defend its home, its people, and its sovereignty. And the world is watching, taking note of this bold stand. This is the story of a nation's bold stand for sovereignty, a story of courage, unity, and the unwavering will to protect what is rightfully theirs. For decades, the Philippine military's primary focus was on internal threats, battling communist rebels, separatist groups, and insurgents deep within the country's dense jungles and remote mountains. The armed forces became experts in counterinsurgency, adapting to the unforgiving terrain and unpredictable tactics of guerrilla warfare. The army honed its skills in jungle warfare, leading the charge in ground operations, while the Navy and Air Force provided crucial support, transporting troops, gathering intelligence, and maintaining supply lines. Their roles were clear and the threats were familiar, but everything changed as China began expanding its presence in the West Philippine Sea. The sight of foreign warships near disputed islands signaled a new and far more complex challenge, one that could not be met with old tactics. The traditional counterinsurgency model, built for land battles, was ill-equipped to defend the country's vast maritime territories or to confront a modern, technologically advanced navy. The gap in capabilities became glaringly obvious. The armed forces had to make a strategic pivot, shifting their focus from the jungles to the open sea, from internal security to external defense. This transition required not just new equipment, but a complete overhaul of doctrine, training, and mindset. This historic shift is now enshrined in the AFP's Modernization program with a new emphasis on archipelagic coastal defense. The goal: to protect the nation's waters, islands, and coastlines from external threats. The new strategy is built on layered defense, patrolling the exclusive economic zone, denying access to adversaries, and fortifying the coastline with advanced surveillance and rapid response capabilities. The force structure is being transformed. More naval vessels, modern Air Force jets, and coastal defense units equipped with state-of-the-art missile systems are being added to the arsenal. Soldiers are retraining for new missions, learning to operate anti-ship missiles, mastering supersonic jets, and adapting to the demands of high-tech, multi-domain warfare. The learning curve is steep, but the stakes are higher than ever. Naval officers now command advanced warships, navigating complex maritime environments and coordinating with allies to ensure the nation's security. This strategic pivot demands not only new skills and technology, but also a new mindset, one that embraces innovation, joint operations, and sustained political commitment at the highest levels. The armed forces of the Philippines is being reborn for a new era, one defined by great power competition, regional uncertainty, and the need for constant vigilance. The transformation is underway, reshaping the nation's defense for the challenges ahead. There's no turning back, only forward, into a future where the Philippines stands ready to defend its sovereignty. China's assertiveness in the South China Sea is the catalyst for the Philippines' transformation. Despite a 2016 tribunal ruling in Manila's favor, Beijing uses gray zone tactics, maritime militia swarms, Coast Guard intimidation, and artificial island bases. Chinese militia boats block Filipino fishermen and resupply missions, creating constant tension. The China Coast Guard, with heavily armed ships, uses water cannons, lasers, and dangerous maneuvers to harass Philippine vessels. Backed by the PLA Navy and militarized islands, China's strategy is to erode Philippine control without open conflict. To counter these threats, the Philippines is investing record sums in defense. The revised AFP Modernization Act guides a multi-phase plan: foundational assets, advanced systems, and in the future, submarines. Horizon 1 brought transport aircraft and frigates. Horizon 2 adds fighters, corvettes, and missile systems. Horizon 3 aims for game changers like submarines. This surge in spending is seen as an investment in sovereignty and stability. Balancing defense with other priorities is tough, but security is the foundation of national progress. The Philippines is building a force for the challenges of the next several decades. The results of modernization are clear in the AFP's new hardware. Across the archipelago, the armed forces of the Philippines are showcasing a new era of capability, with cutting-edge equipment now in the hands of Filipino soldiers. This transformation is not just about new machines, it's about a renewed sense of confidence and readiness. The Navy now fields modern missile frigates, with more corvettes and patrol vessels on the way. These ships are equipped with advanced sensors and weaponry, allowing the Navy to patrol and defend Philippine waters more effectively than ever before. The growing fleet signals a commitment to maritime security and regional stability. The Air Force has regained supersonic capability with FA-50PH jets and is eyeing true multi-role fighters. These aircraft not only restore air superiority but also provide a platform for advanced training and future upgrades, ensuring the skies above the Philippines are well guarded. New radars, transport planes, and helicopters boost air and maritime surveillance. These assets extend the AFP's reach, enabling rapid response to threats and humanitarian missions alike, while improving coordination across land, sea, and air. The Army is fielding BrahMos cruise missiles, creating a powerful anti-access bubble along the coast. This new capability deters potential aggressors and strengthens the country's coastal defense, making the Philippines a harder target for any hostile force. Modern air defense and armored vehicles are enhancing ground combat effectiveness. These upgrades give troops better protection, mobility, and firepower, allowing them to respond swiftly and decisively to any ground threat. The AFP is investing in C4 ISTAR systems, radars, drones, and networked command centers. These technologies enable real-time information sharing, faster targeting, and seamless coordination between units, making the force smarter and more agile. Coastal radar stations and UAVs provide real-time maritime awareness. With these eyes in the sky and on the shore, the AFP can monitor vast stretches of ocean, track suspicious activity, and respond to incidents as they unfold. All branches are being networked for faster, smarter decision-making. Integrated communication systems link the Army, Navy, and Air Force, ensuring that information flows seamlessly and that every unit can act on the latest intelligence. This technological backbone makes new ships, jets, and missiles truly effective. It's not just about having advanced hardware, but about integrating these assets into a unified, responsive force capable of meeting modern challenges. The Philippines is building a modern, integrated force. With each new system and every upgrade, the AFP moves closer to its vision of a secure, resilient nation, ready to defend its people and its sovereignty in a rapidly changing world. The Philippines isn't modernizing alone, it's strengthening alliances. The U.S.-Philippine Mutual Defense Treaty is the cornerstone, now explicitly covering the South China Sea. Joint exercises like Balikatan build interoperability and readiness. The U.S. provides aid, training, and intelligence, accelerating AFP modernization. Japan supplies patrol vessels and technology, Australia offers training and joint drills. Manila is deepening ties with the UK, France, India, and South Korea, expanding its security network. These partnerships ensure the Philippines isn't isolated in defending its maritime rights. A wide network of allies is key to upholding regional stability. Modern forces need modern bases. The Philippines is upgrading and expanding key military facilities, especially near the West Philippine Sea. The Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement with the U.S. enables joint use and rapid response. Bases in Cagayan, Palawan, and Pampanga are being modernized for air and naval operations. Subic Bay is being redeveloped as a major naval base, ideal for the new fleet and future submarines. These upgrades cut deployment times and strengthen the country's forward defense. Hardened frontier bases are a clear statement of intent to defend territory. New facilities serve as operational hubs for ships, aircraft, and logistics. Infrastructure is the backbone of the strategic pivot to external defense. The Philippines is securing its first line of defense. Security now extends to cyberspace. The AFP has created a cybersecurity group to defend against state-sponsored attacks and disinformation. Strategic communications are being improved to counter cognitive warfare and keep the public informed. The Philippines is also building a domestic defense industry to reduce reliance on foreign suppliers. Local production of basic equipment and small vessels is underway, with technology transfer from foreign partners. This push for self-reliance enhances security, creates jobs, and builds expertise. High-end systems will still be imported, but local capability is a long-term goal. The journey to self-reliance is challenging, but essential for true sovereignty. The Philippine military's transformation is a rebirth of national strategy. The shift to territorial defense is a direct response to new regional threats. A credible deterrent empowers the Philippines to protect its resources and uphold its maritime rights. The goal isn't conflict, but the ability to prevent it and make independent decisions. A stronger military strengthens regional stability and inspires other Southeast Asian nations. By standing up for international law, the Philippines reinforces the rules-based order. Modernization is an investment in the future: ships, jets, missiles, and cyber defenses for the next generation. The journey requires sustained commitment, but the course is set. The Philippines is forging a new shield for the Republic, ready to face the future with confidence and strength.